Chapter 10. 10.1. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 1. Shri Krishna spoke as Brahm, since you are feeling grateful, I, Brahm, will once again state further main views for your benefit. You hear, O mighty armed one. Comments. Brahm's alter ego Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.2. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 2. Neither the great scholars, researchers nor the revered persons, deities know of Brahm's eternal, beginningless origin. They came into existence due to me and much after. Brahm was all in all there. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.3. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 3. The persons who understand the Brahm as eternal, beginningless, unborn and the great controller of the universe, such mortal persons are not under delusion and are likely to become free from all sins. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.4. Human psychology. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 4. Applied intellect, full knowledge, detachment, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, patience, equanimity, bliss, sorrow, prosperity, poverty, fear and fearlessness certainly and. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.5. Human psychology. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 5. Non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, penance, mortification, charity, fame and infamy certainly, vanity, pride are different attributes, conditions existing in living beings. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.6. Creation of universe etc. Human psychology. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 6. The 7 inspired scholars, researchers, Maharishis, and the 4 inspired scholars, Reachers, Rishis, before them and the Manus who followed Brahm's views were created by Brahm's conscious will. All others were produced by the above. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. In the above shlok, Shri Krishna tells us that the Brahm Ishwar by his will created the earliest 7 inspired scholars, researchers, Maharishis and the 4 inspired scholars, researchers, Rishis, before them and the Manus. All the human beings are in their lineage. Here, reference is invited to shlok numbers 9 to 13 of chapter 3, 6 of chapter 7, where it is mentioned that the Creator, the Brahm Ishwar created the universe. He also created the living beings. This was all in the beginning and in very ancient times. The above shlok and shloks referred to herein above clearly show creation of the universe, which would mean that the Brahm Ishwar, Prajapati, whose alter ego is Shri Krishna, created the universe with all its contents like the stars, the moon, different worlds, different planets, with their mountains, rivers, atmospheres, etc. Therefore, after the above creation of the universe and its varied contents, there has not been yet another or subsequent creation of the world by any person, entity. When certain religious thoughts, philosophical thoughts refer to the creation of the universe, that can only be the reference to creation mentioned in shlok numbers 9 to 13 of chapter 3 and the above shlok, by whatever name the Creator has been called, is immaterial. But in Bhagwat Gita, the names Ishwar, Brahm, Creator are used interchangeably. Please see shlok number 3 of chapter 8, where Brahm is described as a living person with an omni-body, both manifest and unmanifest. After the creation of the present universe, as stated above by Ishwar Brahm, there is no mention of any subsequent general dissolution of the universe right up to the delivering of the sermon at Kurukshetra. Therefore, after this universe including the earth and the living beings came to be created by Ishwar Brahm, the same universe continues to exist. It is a clear mistake to associate the Brahma with the creation of the universe with its nature, living beings, planets, etc. In continuation to what is laid down in Shlok numbers 10 of chapter 3, 4, 6 of chapter 7, certain further details of the growth of the living being are mentioned in the above Shlok. Note: the word bhava has large number of meanings according to dictionaries. The most suitable meaning has been adopted in view of the context and the subject matter of the Shlok and the previous Shloks. 10.7 Ishwar speaks. Verse number 7. Any person who factually believes in reality of Brahm as creating the alter ego in human form through the Brahm's mystic prowesses, Yogam, will have unflinching, unwavering, focused faith in me, following and practicing Brahm's teachings, etc. There is no doubt. Comments. Brahm's alter ego Sri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. For details of the manifestations of the Brahm's alter ego, please inter alia see Shlok numbers 6 to 9 of chapter 4. It may be kept in view that the word Yogam or its variations may have different meanings as Yogam is an umbrella word, particularly in view of its context. For example, the word Yogam occurring in Shlok numbers 1 of chapter 4 refers to chapter numbers 2 and 3, including the combination of 1. Correct information, 2. Correct analysis, and 3. Correct action, the triad. However, in the above Shlok and inter alia in Shlok number 18 of chapter 10, the word Yogam is indicative of the mystic prowesses of the Brahm which are unlimited. Note: the word Vibhutin has large number of meanings according to dictionaries. The most suitable meaning has been adopted in view of the context and the subject matter of the Shlok. Manifestation of Might, Superhuman Power, page number 1428, Sanskrit English Dictionary, edited and revised by Pandit Ishwar Chandra, Parimal Publication, Delhi. 10.8 Ishwar speaks. Verse number 8. Brahm is the source of creation of all, including the universe, and everything emanates from him. Therefore, the wise persons knowing believing this truth faithfully follow and practice Brahm's teachings, etc. Comments. Sri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.9 Consciousness is the quality only of the soul. Best of material spiritual worlds. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 9. Those persons have fixed their consciousness on Brahm, have no deity in view, lay down, spend their lives for the Brahm, follow and practice Brahm's teachings, etc., and as repeated by Sri Krishna throughout their lives. They discuss, talk about Brahm's teachings, etc., amongst themselves and tell others. They are always fully satisfied, contented and happy. Comments. Sri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 9 to 11 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.10 Ishwar speaks. Verse number 10. Those persons are always attuned to the Brahm, follow and practice Brahm's teachings, etc., and of Sri Krishna. Lovingly, Brahm bestows upon, help develop, ability of correct analysis, applied intellect, Buddhi Yoga, including rationality, Sankhya, which may lead them to attain the Brahm. Comments. Sri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 9 to 11 of chapter 10 may be read together. Shlok number 11 of chapter 10 clarifies Shlok numbers 9 and 10 of chapter 10 and shows the nature, extent of help and sympathy mentioned in the Shlok. According to Shlok number 22 of chapter 7, benefits effects have to follow according to the karmic effects. This Shlok is subject to Shlok number 22 of chapter 7. 10.11 Knowledge. Bhagwat Gita itself. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 11. I am sympathetic towards them, I dissipate their darkness due to ignorance of strong self-attachment by lighting the lamp of knowledge. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. It may be remembered that collection of correct information, Jnana Yoga, is the one part of the eternal triad, Avyayam Yogam. 10.12 Twin Personalities. Arjun's confusion. Arjun speaks. Verse number 12. Arjun spoke, Brahm is supreme, the ultimate abode destination, the pure, the highest, original, source of creation of human race. The eternal, the divine, the creator, Brahm, unborn and all-powerful. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together as these contain certain views of Arjun about the Brahm. Arjun has shown his foggy thinking repeatedly in this sermon. In Shlok number 18 of chapter 10, Arjun again shows his feeble intellect by exhibiting an extent of disbelief in Shri Krishna. In Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10, Shri Krishna has been addressed by Arjun as 1. Kesav, 2. Purushottam and 3. Janardhan. This shows that Arjun is talking to the second self while talking about the self, Brahm Ishwar. It is obvious that Arjun is conscious of the two personalities of 1. The Brahm and 2. Brahm's alter ego Shri Krishna in human form. This unique feature may always be kept in view while studying the sermon of Bhagwat Gita. The human form of the alter ego Shri Krishna tends to mislead Arjun. 10.13 Arjun speaks. Verse number 13. All scholars, researchers, the deified Narad, Asita, Deval and Vyas have spoken about the Brahm, you have also told me about the Brahm. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together. For comments, please see Shlok number 12 of chapter 10. For further discussion on the twin personalities of the Brahm and his alter ego Shri Krishna, please see Inter alia, Shlok number 6 of chapter 4. 10.14 Brahm's alter ego. Bhagwan Vyaktin. Arjun speaks. Verse number 14. O Keshav, I believe accept all that you have said about yourself as truth. That you are the Brahm's alter ego in human form is neither known to demons nor is known to deities. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together. For comments, please see Shlok number 12 of chapter 10. The use of the expression Bhagwan Vyaktin in the above Shlok is most revealing and fully supports the concept of Brahm's alter ego as set out in Shlok numbers 6 to 9 of chapter 4, 7 of ch.10. 10.15 Arjun speaks. Verse number 15. You know yourself as to what you are, O best amongst men. Brahm is the creator of all living beings and is their Ishwar. Brahm is deified by the deities and is the creator of this universe. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together. Note. The word bhavana has many meanings as given in the dictionaries. The meaning suitable in the context has been selected. 10.16 Arjun speaks. Verse number 16. Brahm is capable of revealing his full divine pervasive form as the omni-bodied multifaced. Brahm pervades and stays, dwells, remains on various planets. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together. See comments under Shlok number 12 of chapter 10 for dual capacity. Note: the word Vibhutin has large number of meanings according to dictionaries. The most suitable meaning has been adopted in view of the context and the subject matter of the shlok. 10.17. Arjun speaks. Verse number 17. How I am able to know the Brahm and to have his lasting image for reflecting upon. In which different forms of the Brahm I am able to think about him. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.18. Arjun speaks. Verse number 18. O Janardhan, you may state in full detail Brahm's different mystic prowesses and forms. My curiosity is not satisfied only by hearing his eternally true teachings. Comments. Shlok numbers 12 to 18 of chapter 10 may be read together. Note: the word Vibhutin has large number of meanings according to dictionaries. The most suitable meaning has been adopted in view of the context and the subject matter of the shlok. 10.19. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 19. Shri Krishna spoke, as Brahm, O best of Kuru, I will certainly be happy to reveal my main divine forms. My divine forms are all pervasive and have no limit. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. 10.20. Souls decides next form. Soul in heart. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 20. O Arjun, I am the soul located, sitteth, in the hearts of all living beings. I am the beginning, middle, and the end of all living beings. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. In the above shlok, Shri Krishna has made it very clear that a fragment of the Brahm or a fragment of Brahm's soul is the soul of a living being located situated in the heart of the individual living being. What we are being told is that the individual soul is his fragment or a fragment of his soul. Another way to understand the above shlok is to accept that it is the soul which takes on a particular material body. It is very relevant to understand the fact that it is the Brahm being the creator and as all-powerful may decide as to the material body form that the soul has to take according to the karmic effects impressions on the soul. However, normally the process of birth, rebirth, body form etc. are decided upon by the soul. Please inter alia see comments under numbers 46 of ch.6, 7 and 8 of ch.15 etc. In the above shlok, reference to the beginning, middle, and the end of the individual living being indicates that the soul remains in body at all stages of life. This also indicates that without the soul, the life of an individual cannot continue. It may be kept in view that this is the first part of the Brahm's answer to Arjun's request to describe the different forms in which the Brahm Ishwar may cause its presence. The subsequent shloks describe some of those modes forms in which the Brahm may cause its presence. Of course, there is no limit to the prowesses, the mystic prowesses of the Brahm Ishwar. Reference may also be made to shlok numbers 8 to 11 of chapter 7, 20 to 39 of chapter 10, 5 and 6 of chapter 11 which show the variegated presence of the Brahm or because of him certain qualities, forms etc. in different objects, persons and his uniqueness. 10.21 Aditya Vishnu. Excellence recognized. Science other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 21. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of the lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. In the constellation planets of the zodiac, I am the moon. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. The above shlok obviously refers to many luminous bodies in the universe which are called stars in astronomy and have their own light which they emit. Reference may also be made to shlok number 34 of chapter 13, where the sun has been described as in relation to this earth. Therefore, Shri Krishna laid down in the Bhagwat Gita that there are many suns in the universe, i.e. objects which emit light. Further, when the above shlok refers to the moon, the same is in configuration of other satellites, planets etc. At night, the moon appears to be more lighted up reflecting the sunlight than the light of others in the constellation, as seen from the earth. Further, it is stated that Adityanam represents a group of deities including Vishnu. Similarly, the word Marutam also represents a group of deities including Marichi. 10.22 Excellence recognized. Consciousness is the quality only of the soul. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 22. Of the Vedas, I am the Samved. Of the deities, I am the Indra. Of the senses, I am impacted senses, Mana. In all living beings, I am the consciousness. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. Please see Shlok number 4 of chapter 7 and 7 of chapter 15 etc. In the above shlok, the expression of the senses, I am the Mana has been interpreted and translated as impacted senses, Mana. The reasons for this have been detailed in comments under shlok numbers 4 of chapter 7, 7 of chapter 15 etc. This stage describes the effect of external objects, adverse, etc. on the senses and which adverse effect is carried to the consciousness of the soul. Such impact of the impacted senses on the consciousness of the soul has been described as impacted consciousness in shlok numbers 4 of chapter 7 and 7 of chapter 15 etc. 10.23 Shankar. Excellence recognized. Another form. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 23. Of all Rudras, I am Shankar. Of the Yakas, heavenly guards, and demons, Rakshasas, I am the Kuber. Of the Vasus, I am the fire, Agni. Of the peaks of mountains, I am the peak of Meru mountain. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. It appears that at the time of the sermon being delivered, the highest peak was of the mountain called Meru. Any peak of the Himalayas was lower. Himalayas were known for their firmness and stability. Please see Shlok number 25 of chapter 10 relating to the Himalayas. Further, it is stated that the word Rudranam represents a group of deities including Shankar Shiv. Similarly, the word Vasunam represents a group of secondary deities including fire. 10.24 Another form. Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 24. Of all priests, know me as Brahaspati. Of the chiefs of the military commanders, I am the Kartike. Of the water bodies, I am the ocean, O Parth. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.25. Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 25. Of the great scholars researchers, I am the Bhrigu. Of the speech, I am the first word. Of the sacrificial fires, Havan, I am the recitation, mantra verse. Of the firm stable, I am the Himalaya. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.26. Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 26. Of all trees, I am the people tree. Of the deified ones, I am the Narad. Of the Gandharvas, I am the Chitrarat. Of the spiritually lifted elevated persons, I am the seer sage Kapil. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.27. Excellence recognized. Another form. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 27. Of all horses know me to be Yukka Sarva produced during the churning of the ocean for the nectar. Of the elephants, I am the Airavat. Of all men, I am the chief. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.28. Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 28. Of all weapons, I am the weapon Vajra. Of the all cows, I am the cow Kamdhenu. Of the causes for procreations, I am the last. Of the serpents snakes, I am the Vasuki. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.29. Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 29. Of the many hooded serpents snakes, I am the Anant. Of all aquatics, I am the Varun. Of the departed ancestors, I am the Aryama. Of the regulators administrators, I am the Yamraj. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.30. Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 30. Translation. Of the demons, I am the Prahlad. Of all periods of time, I am the time. Of all animals, I am the lion. Of the all birds, I am Garud. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.31. Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 31. Of the purifying means, I am the air wind. Of the wielders of weapons, I am the Ram. Of all fishes, I am the crocodile. Of all rivers, I am the Ganga. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. The first part of the above shlok discloses a vital scientific truth. Very briefly stated, the importance of this part is being realized more and more presently all over the world. The most important part played in physical yoga is by the air, breathing. This is a process of cleansing lungs, blood etc. Clean air has also the effect of refreshing the brain by supply of oxygen to the brain cells. Please inter alia see Numbers 29, 30 of ch 4, 10, 12 of ch 8. 10.32 Description of Brahm. Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 32. Of all creations, I am the beginning, the cause, the middle, the sustainer, and the end. I am the goal, O Arjun. Of all knowledge, I am the spiritual knowledge. Of the debaters on an issue, I am the power of reasoning. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. Please also refer inter alia to Shlok numbers 10 of chapter 9, Shlok numbers 14 and 15 of chapter 14. 10.33 Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 33. Of all letters, I am the first letter. Of the compound words, I am the dual compound. I am the eternal time. I am the creator, Brahm. My faces are in all directions. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.34 Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 34. Of all destroying, I am the death. I am the cause of creations of all that is yet to be. Any object entity treated as feminine, I am the fame, Kirti, fortune, Shri, fine speech, Vak, memory, Smriti, intellect, Medha, self-satisfaction, steadfastness, Dhriti, and forgiveness, Sama. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.35 Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 35. Of hymns in Samved, Samanam, I am the Brahatsam. Of the verses, Chand, I am the Gayatri. Of the months, I am the Margasirsa, November, December. Of the seasons, I am the spring, Basant, season. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.36 Excellence recognized. Other forms. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 36. Of means of cheating, I am the dice. Of all brilliance, I am the luster radiance. I am the victory. I am the enterprise. Of the honest and the sincere, I am the moral strength. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks of the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.37 Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 37. Of all descendants of Varsnis, I am the Vasudev. Of the Pandavas, I am Arjun. Of the seers sages, I am Vyas. Of the great thinkers, I am Usana. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.38 Excellence recognized. Humility. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 38. Of all oppressors, I am punishment. Of the victories, I am strategy. Of the mysterious things, I am the mystery. Of to be known, I am knowledge. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. In Shlok numbers 20 to 38 of chapter 10, Shri Krishna speaking as Brahm is appreciating, supporting and highlighting the excellence of any work in any profession, occupation of any part of creation and the level of excellence. It is his glorifying the excellence. It is also his humility, and he equates himself with the living beings, which includes animals, etc. In Shlok numbers 34 to 38 of chapter 10, Shri Krishna lays down that acquiring name, fame and the like is virtuous. 10.39 Excellence recognized. The Creator all-pervasive. Another form. Animate inanimate. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 39. O Arjun, I am the seed for the birth of all lives. There is no living being or anything moving or fixed which can exist without me, the Brahm. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. The above shlok clearly shows that Shri Krishna speaking as Brahm makes no distinction as to moving and fixed objects. Accordingly, all objects are animate, whether it be an atom or a mountain. Reference may also be made to shlok numbers 8 to 11 of chapter 7, 20 to 39 of chapter 10, 5 and 6 of chapter 11, which show the variegated presence of the Brahm or because of him certain qualities, forms etc. in different objects, persons and his splendors and magnificence. 10.40 No form image of Ishwar is needed. Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 40. O Parantap, only by way of illustration, I have revealed some forms of my divine forms, but there is no limit end to my divine presence. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 42 of chapter 10 may be read together. The expression Hari Anant should be understood in the manner indicated in Shlok numbers 19 to 40 of chapter 10. Hari is one. His better known names are Ishwar and Brahm. The above expression refers to the forms of Ishwar Brahm Hari which are beyond account. Reference has already been made inter alia to Shlok numbers 8 to 11 of chapter 7, 5 and 6 of chapter 11, which are on the same subject matter. 10.41 No image form of Brahm is necessary. Excellence recognized. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 41. Anything with a form and is seen to have power and beauty, you understand that to be possible as part of my radiance. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. Shlok numbers 19 to 41 of chapter 10 may be read together. 10.42 Fraction of his fold. Ishwar speaks. Verse number 42. However, why should you be interested to know such details, O Arjun? The entire universe is firmly poised and situated on a fraction of my expanse fold. Comments. Shri Krishna speaks as the Brahm. This shlok be read as in continuation of shlok numbers 4, 5 and 6 of chapter 9. The above shlok further clarifies what is stated in shlok number 6 of chapter 9. Further revelations made in this shlok are 1. The fold, the expanse of Ishwar is much wider than the existing universe. 2. Shlok number 6 of chapter 9 and shlok number 42 of chapter 10 clearly indicate that the expanse, the fold of Ishwar has a circumference, however far it may be. 3. Irrespective of the visible expansion of the stellar system, the universe is likely to continue in its present relationship. 4. The entire stellar system phenomena will not go beyond the circumference of the fold, the expanse of the Ishwar Brahm. 5. Irrespective of the visible expansion of the universe, it will remain in relationship to each other in the net. Note: words like Tvaya, Te, Tvam, Tava, etc. occurring in shloks in this sermon have mostly not been given their literal meanings like you or yours. In the English translations of the shloks, for the sake of clarity of understanding the shloks correctly and easily, direct words like Ishwar Brahm, self, or Brahm's alter ego Shri Krishna, second self, etc. have been used. That is what the purport and the context of the above mentioned words or the like requires.